My name is Chris White. Welcome to Lawtalk on Central Valley Talk. Today we have 4 lawyers. And wait a minute. What happened? What are you doing here? You're running for judge? This is Aaron Stewart.
Pleasure to be here, man. Thank you.
What are you doing here?
I'm really not sure. I got kind of scared when I walked in the room at first. I saw lawyer, a guy that might need a lawyer.
Is that you?
Yeah, I'm hoping not, but it's kind of what I look like. I felt kind of set up-ish in here.
You look great. You look. What are? Do you know any lawyer jokes?
You know, I don't have too many lawyer jokes. I was working on it. I come from a family of a couple lawyers, and it's a business and a family lawyers, but I don't have too many on them. I try and stay away from them. I fear that I might run into them again in a place where I actually need them to be friends,
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So, did you ever use a lawyer? No, just kidding.
I mean, everything she had, and then I dumped her, but...
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, we're going to have a great show today. We have Steve Smith, who's running for judge. I think he's a judge already.
Yes.
He's going to be coming on in a couple minutes.
That's the one to make friends with, right?
Exactly. He may make friends with you first. We got Robert Bergstrom, who's down the street from my office in Clovis. He'll be coming up next. And then we got a sports lawyer, David Yengoyen. And then you come back and you get to promote some shows that you got coming up.
I'm looking forward to it. Heck yeah.
Because I have been to, I don't know how many, probably
I've seen your name on the guest list
shows.
Multiple times. Heck yes. Always
and you
fun.
always get me a good table. You probably get Steve a good table.
Yeah, we'll make sure.
Or anybody here.
Anything you need at my show, you got it.
All right. Okay. Well, I think we're probably good. We'll have you back in about 40 minutes.
Sounds great.
All right. This is Chris White at Lawtalk, and we'll be right back with Robert Bergstrom.
Off and off.
Hi, I'm Mike Briggs from Mike Briggs Properties. We're in some very uncertain economic times. Many people have lost their homes. Many people face losing their homes now. Know your rights, know your options. Come talk to the experts right here at Mike Briggs Properties. By the way, we'll talk to you for free. We do not charge any fees at Mike Briggs Properties. Call us at 486-6758. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
Lunch phone, what is your location, please?
I'm in Fresno's Tower District.
What is your budget, please?
I only have $7.
Well, that leaves you only one choice. Go directly to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. He is having a lunch special for $6.89.
Well, that won't leave me enough money to get a drink.
No worries. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District will get you lunch and a drink for just $6.89.
Wow. I'm going straight to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District to get the lunch special and drink for just $6.89.
Thank you for calling Lunch Phone. This has been a recording.
What?
Let our family at Avakian Insurance Services help protect your family's future. If you've bought a new home, changed vehicles, or just need a comprehensive review, let our agents help you. As your family grows, we can offer you competitive rates on life and health insurance. Call Avakian Insurance Services for a quote today. Avakian Insurance Services, 268-7386, or visit us online at avakianinsurance.com. Come join the A-Team.
This message was brought to you by Javita Coffee. Change your coffee, change your life, one cup at a time. Check us out at ilovejavita.com.
Watts Family Grill. We grill slow, smile, secret sauce, cold beer, and old friends. Park out back. Look for us on Blackstone, south of McKinley. Watts Family Grill.
Hi, Stan Gross of Horn Photo. Are you looking for a camera that takes better pictures than your phone? Why not give Horn Photo a shot? We can show you fantastic cameras from Nikon, Canon, Sony, and GoPro. Your time is valuable, so before you buy from Costco, Best Buy, or the internet, come see us. We've got great prices and deals, super knowledgeable staff, and we've been selling cameras in Fresno for 76 years. We're in the Bellagio at Blackstone and Needs, or go to hornphoto.com, Fresno's Camera Center.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back to Law Talk on Central Valley Talk, where if you have legal questions, we have legal answers. And today we have some legal answers from Robert Bergstrom.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm so glad that you could be on here today with us.
Well, I very much appreciate the opportunity to come on the show. As we've talked, I've been a personal injury lawyer for a long time, and I've always ached to have people understand something. I'm a good lawyer. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of good personal injury lawyers, but the lawyer isn't better than the insurance available on the other side or your own insurance. So
that's one of the things you came to talk to us about. We were talking about a little bit before the show about the importance of having adequate insurance coverage, not only for you to protect you from getting sued, but if maybe you got somebody else in the car that gets injured badly besides yourself.
The thing is that when people buy auto insurance, they buy it because they have to. They don't want to get sued. Those are two good reasons. But who's going to hit you? And what's going to happen to you? You see, around my shop, I see that accidents happen. People get hurt, and they didn't know it. You, people out there, today you don't know that you're going to be in an accident. But what you should do is think that you are, and buy insurance that'll protect you. And what do you need? Well, that's what I want to tell you.
So you mean more than just like keeping your insurance card in the glove box so that, and maybe taking some pictures at the time of the accident, or
that's right,
or paying your insurance premium.
Tomorrow, you're going to get hit from the back or the side or the front. Nothing you can do about it, and you're in the emergency room. Cars don't care how bad they hurt you, so your bill could be $5,000, $30,000. What do? First thing is you should have MedPay. MedPay is not that expensive. As a matter of fact, it's remarkably inexpensive. So get $25,000 MedPay. Why do you need that when you have health insurance? Well, actually, if you get a $25,000 bill, you have your health insurance pay it, and then you tell your auto insurance, here's the bill, health insurance pay it, give me the money. They do.
That sounds like an opportunity to get paid twice, if I heard one before.
Well, you paid premiums for two things, and believe me, when you're hurt and you're out of work and you need to hire some people to help you, and you know what? You can even have an auto accident that's your own fault. And if so, that coverage you get that pays you immediately is very, very useful. It may be all you get. The other thing you need is uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. If you have a $15,000 policy
why
and
do
you
I
get
need
hurt,
that?
well, if the other side has no coverage or only a $15,000 policy, and you have a $15,000 underinsured or uninsured, that's all there is. No matter how good the lawyer is, most time you can't get anything more than the insurance coverage. So what you do is you get...
So like if I get hit by somebody that has a 1530 policy,
right,
but my underinsured motorist goes up to 100, I could get 30 from them if I'm hurt badly, 30 from them, and then the rest from my own insurance.
Right. It's a 1530 policy for one person. You get 15,000, and then you can go against your own insurance. Sometimes that means you get two bites at the apple. You get a $15,000 recovery, and then you go on and get another $85,000.
But the only insurance you're required to buy is the liability, right? So
That's
some
right.
people, they're cutting costs that they don't actually pay for that.
That's right. And you can't get underinsured higher than your liability. So you're going to get liability coverage of $100,000, which is useful because you might get in an accident which is your fault, and then you have coverage. So think of it as one of the primary things you do in life is to get coverage so that when you hire a lawyer, he can be a good lawyer and get money for you.
Exactly. How often do you get the opportunity to talk to your client before they get in an accident and tell them all the things that they need to do so that they're protected when it happens?
Not enough times. I do wills and trusts, and I talk to them then. Sometimes they get in an accident, they got a 1530, I have a chance to tell them to get higher coverage. One person...
Has that happened before?
It did. I had a 1530 policy. I got the coverage. I told the guy, well, I told him I'd break his arm if he didn't get better coverage.
What, he had money to buy it or something?
He did, and he got in another accident, and he came in, and he had a $100,000 liability and $100,000 med pay, and his passenger in the back seat was badly hurt, and I got him $100,000 liability, uninsured motorist, and I got him $100,000 med pay, which I could not have done if he just had a $15,000 policy. So it's still not easy. Insurance companies are not thinking they're having the premiums so that they can pay victims. They're thinking about paying adjusters and defense attorneys and administration costs. So you'll probably still need a lawyer to get a decent recovery.
So how long does it take from the time that you get in the accident to the time that you get paid and you're done with the case, on average?
The average varies. Once I got a $500,000 for someone in a couple of months. Once I got over
Sounds
$1 million
pretty good.
in less than 30 days. And I have a case going to trial where the accident happened in 2007. It's going to trial May 5th. So there's quite a wide variety.
All right.
And it's hard. One of the things you don't know is how bad are you hurt when you come into the lawyer? And how long is it going to take to heal? And how much are the medical bills? How much is the wage loss? So the other insurance company wants to know all these things before they pay you.
So I know that if it's part your fault and part their fault, you may not get as much money if it was all their fault. Are there other ways that your recovery could be reduced, like if you don't have enough insurance or don't have any insurance?
Well, if you don't have any insurance, there's a law that says that you don't get paid for your pain and suffering. You only get your medical bills and your wage loss, which is not much. There's all kinds of problems in this world, including the fact that the accident can be your own fault or part your own fault. You solve that by getting good med pay and good auto insurance. Have your health insurance, and then you can have a lawyer that can help you out a lot.
So what do you get by having a lawyer represent you rather than trying to work it out with your insurance company? Like, I would imagine that if it was just car damage and you didn't really have that, maybe you didn't call 911, you didn't get in an ambulance, you didn't go to the hospital, are you going to be able to find a lawyer for that, or do you have to have an injury?
Well, if you don't have an injury, and as a matter of fact, there's more property damage cases than there are injury cases,
Right.
you can probably just handle that yourself, because they usually will fix your car, and the value they put on your car is maybe less than I think they should, but it's about what you can do. So unless you're hurt, you probably can handle it without a lawyer. But people are hurt. They're hurt worse than an insurance company is willing to admit. And if you do try to handle it yourself, you're likely to just be stiff-armed and not know what to do. And even when you get offered a settlement, you'd have no idea whether it's fair.
Okay. Now, I know you do personal injuries and automobile accidents. I know you are in Clovis. I believe it's Bullard near 168. Is that correct? Because I live in Clovis.
It's in Bullard and Villa on the
Bullard and
southeast
Villa.
corner.
Okay. And what other kinds of law do you help people with?
Well, I've been a lawyer a long time, and so people can call me
You've been a lawyer
about
longer
most
than I've
anything.
been alive.
That's right. Matter of fact, I wrote my first brief to the Wyoming Supreme Court in December of '63. So, and I taught law for the University of Maryland in '68 and for Fresno State in '73. So, but I've done a lot of kinds of law. I'm willing to talk to almost anyone about anything and not necessarily charge them. But I do wills and trusts, and I've done litigation of all
We should
kinds.
so for the people that want to talk to you without getting charged for free legal advice, no, we should put your phone number out there for all the people that have a serious injury.
That's right. My phone number is 299-5365. And on personal injury cases, you never get charged a dime until the case is over. They're
I know
all
that.
on contingency.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and maybe we'll have you back sometime. This is Chris White at Lawtalk, where you have legal questions, we have legal answers, and we will be right back.
Thank you very much, Chris.
All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Briggs from Mike Briggs Properties. We're in some very uncertain economic times. Many people have lost their homes. Many people face losing their homes now. Know your rights, know your options. Come talk to the experts right here at Mike Briggs Properties. By the way, we'll talk to you for free. We do not charge any fees at Mike Briggs Properties. Call us at 486-6758. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
Lunch phone, what is your location, please?
I'm in Fresno's Tower District.
What is your budget, please?
I only have $7.
Well, that leaves you only one choice. Go directly to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. He is having a lunch special for $6.89.
Well, that won't leave me enough money to get a drink.
No worries. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District will get you lunch and a drink for just $6.89.
Wow, I'm going straight to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District to get the lunch special and drink for just $6.89.
Thank you for calling Lunch Phone. This has been a recording.
What?
Let our family at Avakian Insurance Services help protect your family's future. If you've bought a new home, changed vehicles, or just need a comprehensive review, let our agents help you. As your family grows, we can offer you competitive rates on life and health insurance. Call Avakian Insurance Services for a quote today. Avakian Insurance Services, 268-7386, or visit us online at avakianinsurance.com. Come join the A-Team.
This message was brought to you by Javita Coffee. Change your coffee, change your life, one cup at a time. Check us out at ilovejavita.com.
Watts Family Grill. We grill slow, smile, secret sauce, cold beer, and old friends. Park out back. Look for us on Blackstone, south of McKinley. Watts Family Grill.
Hi, Stan Gross of Horn Photo. Are you looking for a camera that takes better pictures than your phone? Why not give Horn Photo a shot? We can show you fantastic cameras from Nikon, Canon, Sony, and GoPro. Your time is valuable, so before you buy from Costco, Best Buy, or the internet, come see us. We've got great prices and deals, super knowledgeable staff, and we've been selling cameras in Fresno for 76 years. We're in the Villaggio at Blackstone and Nees, or go to hornphoto.com, Fresno's Camera Center.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back to Law Talk on Central Valley Talk. My name is Chris White. On this show, if you have legal questions, we have legal answers, and we get fun guests sometime. Today we have a fun guest. We get to talk about sports and baseball and representing NFL players, and we have David Yengoyen. I hope I pronounced that right.
That is correct.
That's
That is
correct?
correct. That is
okay.
correct.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Now, let's get the important things out of the way first. What sport did you play? Or do you play?
I wish I still played, but I played baseball at Bullard High School under Coach Noakes, and I played baseball at UC Berkeley, Cal. in college.
All right.
Yeah.
So is that where? But you do football or baseball? You take anybody that needs an agent to represent them and they play professional sports?
You know, I'm a certified contract advisor with the NFLPA, so I'm a NFL sports agent. I would like to get into representing Major League Baseball players. You know, that is an area that I have experience with. But
Right.
I'm a
Did you play?
sports agent, and I have, you know, a wide array of all sports that I can represent players.
I think there's probably like thousands of lawyers out there that would love to be doing what you're doing. I mean, you get free tickets to sports events sometimes, or
You know, I think the movie Jerry Maguire highly glamorized the profession. You know, it is a grind. An NFL agent, it is a grind, and you know, you have a duty to represent the players as best you can, and to me it's near and dear to me because as an athlete, you know, growing up, I know how hard these athletes work, and there are a lot of people in the business that don't really value how hard these athletes work, and it's important that they're taken care of, and that's the agent's job. That's their duty. That's their role. And that's,
so like it's more than just getting their contract signed and making sure they have a good contract. It's taking care of them on the way, maybe getting endorsements or things like that.
You know, the NFLPA is really focused on making sure that the player is taken care of, and so they have certified financial advisors that you have to utilize through them. And the goal is that, you know, you get the player in the contract, you know, that they deserve, and that you continue to develop their brand, you know, whether it be through marketing, but it's important to brand the player so they can continue to grow, because there's a lot of upside financially for the player through marketing and branding, and so that is a very important aspect. So it's not just the contract, it's about developing the player to be the best person that he can possibly be.
All right. So you deal with like younger players, like 20s or 30s, or
well, you break it down by sport, and so
Uh-huh.
from the NFL perspective, a player obviously is not draft eligible out of high school, so they have to go to college, and then once they become draft eligible after their third season, then they're eligible to be signed. So they're, you know, I don't know the age specifically they would fall, but it's after their college eligibility, or they've been in college for 3 years.
Okay.
Major League Baseball, you can draft players out of high school, or if they elect to go to college, it's after their third year, or after junior college, it would be 2 years. And NBA basketball is, you know, there's a lot of discussion about NBA. That would be after, you know, if they go to college, they go like the whole one and done theory. They go to college for 1 year and then they move on to the
there you
NBA.
go.
So it varies.
So did you know, like, when you were little, you're going to be a lawyer, or did this just like you got it figured out like when you graduated from college or something?
You know, my father is an attorney, so I guess the aspect of becoming an attorney that has kind of steered me in that direction. I've always had a love for sports. I've always really enjoyed that area of the sports in terms of the competition aspect of it, and then I really value the athlete, because I looked at the athlete as they need guidance, you know, a lot of times, and so, you know, as a lawyer, and if I have the ability to guide athletes, I thought it's a nice natural fit.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And did you get steered into this, or is this something that you kind of went you saw this that you wanted to do, and then you just went for it?
It was a little bit of both. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, you just make the decision. In order to become a certified agent, the process is difficult. For the NFL, they try to screen out, you know, not everybody. There's an intense screening process.
Well, you can't just say, I got this guy, I'm going to sign the papers for him and get him his contract.
You have to be certified with the NFL Players Association. In order to become that, you have to go through a screening process. You submit an application. Then they have a seminar. They have an examination they administer, and it's in Washington, D.C., where they're located. And then if you pass the exam, then you become certified. And they limit it to applicants that have higher degrees of education, because their goal is
Do you have to be a lawyer to be the player's
you don't have to
agent or
specifically
sports
be a
agent?
lawyer, but it assists. It assists in getting to the point where you can sit for the examination and be eligible to be certified.
Okay. Is it the same for like an entertainment lawyer, or is it different in each sport,
You know-
like basketball, baseball,
Well-
hockey? I don't know.
Well, to clarify, I guess, you can be an entertainment lawyer, and you could represent, actors, athletes, or in various realms, directors. I mean, but in terms of being an agent, you have to be certified, by the respective players unions, players associations. So that I guess that's the distinction. So me being not anybody, a lawyer, just because I'm a lawyer, I can't go represent an NFL football player. I have to be you have to be a certified agent to do so.
Okay.
And then once you sign on the player, you submit the statement of representation to the NFLPA, and then only you can negotiate with the clubs, the NFL clubs, for that particular
Okay, so
player.
they've got it limited down to like there's probably a handful. How many NFL sports agents?
I think nationally there might be maybe 700.
Okay.
I know that as far as I know, I'm the only agent certified agent for NFL between Stockton and Bakersfield here in the Valley.
So basically, people have to use somebody from LA or San Francisco or
correct, and
New York or
it's a natural fit. Fresno State, from my, I mean, they have a history of producing great talent in the NFL, and I mean they're going to probably have one of the top quarterbacks taken this year in Carr. So there is a natural transition between local athletes. A lot of them are Valley born to the NFL that I think is a pipeline that I definitely look to establish.
Okay, so I get that you're primarily NFL players, but do you work at like a local level or a state level or national level or whoever needs your help?
There are no limitations. Naturally, ideally it would be great to develop a pipeline with Fresno State players, draft eligible players, but the player could be, you're looking for talent, really. You're looking for talent. You're looking for a player that believes in you, and you develop a relationship with. The player could be graduating from, University of Oklahoma, could be graduating from the University of Texas.
Well, maybe they grew up and went to high school here, and
so
put
exactly
them in touch with the coach, who puts them in touch with you, maybe.
Parents, when a player is making this step, it's really important to the parents that they're involved. So because a lot of times agents out of, let's say in LA or San Francisco, they're inaccessible. So it's important to develop, for parents, if you're local, develop a relationship with an agent that's here. So that's what I'm hoping to, which I think is really critical, because the parents are entrusting you to do the best for their child. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if that child's 20, 21, 22, that they want the best for that child.
Yeah,
and
way
so if
more
they have
than just making the most money, getting the best contract. There's
Correct.
a whole bunch of other things that you can help them with.
Correct. Because as I mean, it's pretty clear that just because a player gets that contract doesn't mean that it's going to have staying power. So you want an agent who isn't just churning out contracts and churning out players. You want somebody that is making a concerted effort to develop kind of a family-like atmosphere and do what's best for the player.
So I imagine you can focus a lot on each of the individual clients that you have. You don't have like 1,000 or 2,000 clients like some of the others that have been doing it forever have.
Correct, and that's kind of the selling point, really. And my position is that I want my agency to be a boutique agency, to where we are focused in a niche with players that we develop a good relationship with, where it's not a volume, it's not based on volume, it's based on quality, and that is, I think, something that gets lost in the shuffle with agents. They focus on volume instead of the quality of the representation.
Okay. So my daughter goes to Clovis High.
Okay.
She's 16,
Okay.
and they have a career day coming up, and they always call, and they want to have a lawyer on there, they want to have a doctor. So, can I give her your number?
I'd be happy to speak to future Clovis grads about their futures in sports law.
Okay. How do we get a hold of you?
I'm at Wild Carter and Tipton Law Firm. It's located at 246 West Shaw Avenue Phone number is 224-2131.
224-2131.
Correct.
Okay, and if I want to find you on the internet,
www.wctlaw.com, and be happy to talk to anybody.
all right. Well, this is Central Valley Talk, Law Talk, where if you have legal questions, we have legal answers. If you're watching and you have a good lawyer joke or something like that, we do have a comedian coming up. We have a contest going on. Whoever has the best lawyer joke gets $25 gift certificate to one of my favorite places to eat, Doghouse Grill, where they have great ribs. And you can take me if you win. I'd be happy to go with you. We got Judge Steve Smith coming up next. He's running for re-election or for election. He's already a judge, but he's going to be a Superior Court judge, and I think it's coming up in June 3rd is the election. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Mike Briggs from Mike Briggs Properties. We're in some very uncertain economic times. Many people have lost their homes. Many people face losing their homes now. Know your rights, know your options. Come talk to the experts right here at Mike Briggs Properties. By the way, we'll talk to you for free. We do not charge any fees at Mike Briggs Properties. Call us at 486-6758. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
Lunch phone, what is your location, please?
I'm in Fresno's Tower District.
What is your budget, please?
I only have $7.
Well, that leaves you only one choice. Go directly to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. He is having a lunch special for $6.89.
Well, that won't leave me enough money to get a drink.
No worries. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District will get you lunch and a drink for just $6.89.
Wow! I'm going straight to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District to get the lunch special and drink for just $6.89.
Thank you for calling Lunch Phone. This has been a recording.
What?
Let our family at Avakian Insurance Services help protect your family's future. If you've bought a new home, changed vehicles, or just need a comprehensive review, let our agents help you. As your family grows, we can offer you competitive rates on life and health insurance. Call Avakian Insurance Services for a quote today. Avakian Insurance Services, 268-7386, or visit us online at avakianinsurance.com. Come join the A-Team.
This message was brought to you by Javita Coffee. Change your coffee, change your life, one cup at a time. Check us out at ilovejavita.com.
Watts Family Grill. We grill slow, smile, secret sauce, cold beer, and old friends. Park out back. Look for us on Blackstone, south of McKinley. Watts Family Grill.
Hi, Stan Gross of Horn Photo. Are you looking for a camera that takes better pictures than your phone? Why not give Horn Photo a shot? We can show you fantastic cameras from Nikon, Canon, Sony, and GoPro. Your time is valuable, so before you buy from Costco, Best Buy, or the internet, come see us. We've got great prices and deals, super knowledgeable staff, and we've been selling cameras in Fresno for 76 years. We're in the Bellagio at Blackstone and Nees, or go to hornphoto.com, Fresno's Camera Center.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back to Law Talk, where if you have legal questions, we have legal answers. Today we got the judge, or the next judge possibly. You're already a judge.
I'm an administrative law judge with the state of California right now. I work for the Unemployment Insurance Appeals Board, so I hear administrative appeals from EDD determinations on unemployment, disability, and taxation cases. I've been doing that the last 5.5 years.
I have lots of clients in my work injury practice that they're not getting paid by workers' comp, and sometimes they file for unemployment when they should really be filing for state disability or something like that.
Right. And what I tell people,
you sort it out somehow,
right, so
maybe.
What I tell people who have workers' compensation claims is to also file a corresponding disability claim, because if they're unable to perform your usual and customary work and they have a doctor certified to that, then that's going to get them disability benefits. And then as they receive workers' comp benefits, their disability benefits will be reduced or eliminated for that week. Every week they get the workers' comp benefits. But if they delay filing their disability claim because they're hoping to get workers' comp,
Right.
they could end up with obstacles down the road in their disability claim. For example, you're supposed to file your claim within 49 days of the date of your injury.
I was going to ask you about that. That comes
Right.
up all the time.
I see it all the time.
What happens is when people in work injuries, they're getting workers' comp. They get it for 2 years, and
Right.
5, 6, 8 years ago, there wasn't a cap. So they got TTD for 2 years, and then they run out, and then they think they got a year of state disability left, and sometimes they're told, well, you should have filed like 2 years ago.
Yes.
You got to file within 49 days,
Right.
and then you probably get a lot of those.
A lot of those. And so what I've tried to, when I've been questioned on that, I've told people, file your disability claim for state disability benefits at the same time that you file your workers' comp claim. And if you're in receipt of workers' comp benefits, depending upon the amount, it could end up with you getting reduced disability benefits or no disability benefits during the pendency of the claim. But here's usually what happens is they're going to get TTD for a certain amount of time. Their disability claim with the state is just sitting on hold, so when their workers' comp TTD or PTD runs out, then they just switch over to disability. On the other hand, if they wait to file the disability claim, as you pointed out, they usually get hit with that ineligibility
Right.
for not filing their disability claim within 49 days unless they can show good cause for not doing so. And I've seen a variety of situations before me where people have shown good cause for not filing earlier. But
Well,
simply,
that's good to know.
yeah, simply stating, oh, I filed for workers' comp and not disability, you've got to show something more than that to
Okay.
overcome that for good cause.
Well, I promised myself I was not going to go into all those technical things because I know there's probably a lot of lawyers in town that do workers' comp that would not have even followed that whole conversation. But you know your stuff, so you're ready to advance to the next thing?
Yeah, when Judge Oliver announced his retirement that he was not going to seek re-election, he did that a week before the filing deadline. The good GOP that he was, he didn't want the Democratic governor to fill that spot with an appointee. So he leaves it open, and so me and 4 of my friends, actually 3 of the 4 are friends of mine, all jumped into the race. I respect them all. They're all good attorneys. But the reality is I'm the only local conservative candidate with any judicial experience. 2 of them have always worked for the government as either a law enforcement or a prosecutor. The other one's been a prosecutor her whole career. They haven't done any civil work. They've done nothing but government work their whole life, whereas me, I was out there running my own practice like you for 20 years, did a variety of criminal cases and civil cases.
You had your own shop.
I had my own shop.
You were
for
talking to me
20
about
years.
door law when we were talking about
Door
it a week
law,
ago.
you do whatever walks in the door to pay the bills. And I did that. I did personal injury, I did landlord-tenant, I did workers' comp, I did family law, I did business corporations, business disputes, and then I began focusing on criminal defense. But my years as a lawyer were done in 2008, and so I've been on the bench the last 5.5 years. We're under federal time guidelines, federal performance guidelines.
I heard you guys are doing much better. Like I was looking on
Well,
the website, and it said
yes,
that you
yes.
guys are.
And
what do you got?
I want to proudly announce, okay, Hugh Harrison down in our Los Angeles office is one of our big wigs, and he's a fantastic man. But what he pointed out when we got our recent review at the Fresno Office of Appeals is that the Fresno office met all Department of Labor timeliness measures for the 19th straight month. And by the way, we're the only office in California that has done that. With an average case age of 21.2 days, a 30-day time lapse of 79%, we're supposed to get 60, and a 45-day time lapse at 97.9%, we're supposed to hit 80. So we're the only office in the state for 19 straight months that has hit the Federal Department of Labor timeliness guidelines. The unemployment and
Are
shields.
you partially responsible or primarily responsible?
I'm not
for
going to
that?
say primarily,
Okay.
but me and my colleagues in the Fresno office, the 10 of us, are responsible for that. But even more importantly, our state office was under a performance improvement plan from the federal government back into 2001. Well, we're off of that plan now, and it's partly due to my work with my team in Fresno and my boss, Mike Price, supervising that work, getting us focused on meeting these deadlines, running our cases efficiently, doing them at federal standards. And
Sounds like you've got a proven track record.
Yes.
And you're going to do the same thing wherever you go next.
Well, and having been a private lawyer, I'm really cognizant of the difficulties that private lawyers go through in the courts. I'm going to bring a level of efficiency that many of these folks have not been under during their tenures. I bring a level of experience that they don't have. And so I'm going to be able to hit the ground running, and I'm looking forward to this next challenge.
Okay. I didn't ask you this question ahead
Sure.
of time.
Did you want a lawyer joke?
You can give me a lawyer joke.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What's the difference between God and a superior court judge? Now, first off, I'm a man of faith.
The Superior Court judge can
I'm a
send
man
you
of
to
faith.
jail.
Hold on, I'm a man of faith, so I believe I have standing on this. Well, here's the difference. God doesn't think he's a judge.
Oh.
But often the folks in the robes think they are. And so what I'm bringing to the bench is somebody who's been through hard times. I got 2 DUIs on my record from back 17 years ago and 25 years ago when I was a younger man.
That's a long time ago.
But I haven't drank in 5 years. Drinking for me didn't work. It stopped working, and I realized that. And for my family and my profession, I need to put that behind me. I've had financial issues. I even have a foreclosure on my record. But the point is that we all have been through these kind of things. We all lift ourselves up by the bootstraps and keep pulling, keep working, day by day, taking care of our family. And so my issues from my past younger life are behind me. And
I think
that's
that's
why
the
I'm
kind
moving
of
forward
judge
to the
that
next
I
challenge.
want deciding my case, whether I'm plaintiff or defendant.
Well, one of my farmer buddies up in the Merced area got a phone call from one of my opponents, and the comment that the person made was, well, is that the guy that has 2 DUIs on his record? And my buddy said, well, that's why we love Smitty. So, the reality is that I've been through it, I've seen it, I bring common sense to the bench, I bring experience and a breadth of experience that none of my
Definitely.
opponents have.
Okay, so why are judges elected and not appointed?
Well, they are usually appointed, and here by Judge Oliver announcing he was not going to run for re-election, because he was up for re-election. His term
Okay.
expires December 31st. If he runs and he wins, then his term would go beyond December 31st. He announced he's resigning and going to retire at the end of his term and not run, so that creates an opening. Okay. However, had he resigned midterm, that may have opened up the opportunity, much like with what's going on with Judge Francine Zepeda. She was appointed midterm, served the balance of the term, and is now having to run for election again.
But it's a little bit easier to run for re-election if you've already been appointed and you're the incumbent
Usually
for 6 months.
usually incumbent judges usually have an easier time, and the judges that are incumbents also don't like to have people running against them, because that means they have to spend money and run as opposed to just sitting in their robe on the bench.
Yeah, because normally once you're on there for a long time. It's not.
That's how it is in the San Joaquin Valley, not
Yeah.
outside of Fresno. So in San Francisco, LA, and San Diego, you'll constantly see sitting judges being run against by members of the legal community. You'll see it often. It's really only here in the San Joaquin Valley that the judges
are there for a while.
Well, there's an unwritten policy. You don't run against a sitting judge.
And then how long is the term normally? Is it
6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
Okay. So we could be seeing the next judge there for like another 20 years. So this is an
I hope
important
so.
election. And
I hope so. I'm young enough. I'd like to be there for 20 years.
So
I got college. I got kids to put through college too, so I'm gonna need that.
Because it's a primary election. On, was it June 3rd?
Yeah, June 3rd is the primary. So if
like
nobody,
some people may not even go out and vote. Well, we would hope that they would. But
well, I think the
like,
statistics are showing anywhere between a 10 and 20% turnout on this. There's no real big ticket item things coming out on the ballot. We're anticipating between 100 and 120,000 people to vote, which means somebody's going to have to capture a little bit more than 50%, one vote more than 50% to win it. If nobody gets more than 50%, then they'll take the top 2 candidates and go on into November. But at this juncture, I'm focusing as the underdog. I'm working my tail off trying to win this thing on June 3rd.
Okay. I was looking at the candidates. I was trying to figure out, are there more boys than girls or more girls than boys? Because like when I was in grade school, that's who won. If you had like 3 girls against 1 boy, then the boy would win because it would split the vote. It doesn't work that way
No,
anymore.
I don't think the boy-girl thing works anymore. And in fact, both Miss Yengoyen and Miss Hill, opponents of mine, are both good attorneys and both have some experience and are going to be formidable candidates.
Like you said, they're all friends of yours but one. We're all wondering who that one is, but we're not going to go into that unless you want to. No. Okay, this is Chris White at Central Valley Talk, where you have legal questions, we have legal answers, and we will be right back with comedian Aaron Stewart.
This segment brought to you by Javita Coffee. Are you losing weight drinking coffee? Find out how Javita can change your life.
Watch Tim Thiessen live Wednesdays at 3 p.m. right here on CentralValleyTalk.com and on digital channel 33.2. If you missed the live broadcast, we're on every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. on Comcast channel 200 and digital channel 43.5. You don't want to miss this.
Hey, my name's Chris DeVold, the host of Sex Drugs Chris DeVold. I've been on CentralValleyTalk.com for 8 months partying on Tuesday nights, but guess what? The party's moving nights. Now I'm on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Apparently the party was just too much on Tuesday nights. So join me on CentralValleyTalk.com where I promise to bring you one live music act a week. Sex Drugs Chris DeVold, Friday nights, 8 p.m. on CentralValleyTalk.com.
This just in. Tower District houses are selling for as little as $300 per month. If you have a job and decent credit, you can own your own home. If you can come up with a down payment, you can own a home a lot cheaper than you can rent, and your payment will never go up. Also, you could deduct most of your house payment from your income taxes. If you'd like to lock in your monthly house payment at $300 to $500 per month for the next 30 years, call Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
Hi, Stan Gross of Horn Photo. Are you looking for a camera that takes better pictures than your phone? Why not give Horn Photo a shot? We can show you fantastic cameras from Nikon, Canon, Sony, and GoPro. Your time is valuable, so before you buy from Costco, Best Buy, or the internet, come see us. We've got great prices and deals, super knowledgeable staff, and we've been selling cameras in Fresno for 76 years. We're in the Villaggio at Blackstone and Nees, or go to hornphoto.com, Fresno's Camera Center.
I'm Mike Briggs, owner and CEO at CentralValleyTalk.com. If you like talk radio, you'll love CentralValleyTalk.com. All local, all live, all the time, CentralValleyTalk.com.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. Right. You only live once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let the good times.
Watch Mike and Athena Fridays at 1 p.m. on CentralValleyTalk.com.
Hi, my name is Bonnie, and I'm a show producer here at CentralValleyTalk.com. We have a lot of great shows that you can share your business with our viewers. I'd love for you to give me a call. My number is 559-289-9687.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back to Law Talk. My name is Chris White. I do work injuries, automobile accidents, a little bit of immigration. We've heard from several lawyers, and we got Aaron Stewart back. They let you in again.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me out actually.
Oh, okay.
I think this is kind of what's the term for it? Entrapment here? Is that what's going on?
I was going to say you're the funniest guy in the room, but we were actually getting some pretty good competition from Steve Smith.
I did very well spoken gentleman. I listened to him earlier. I was taking mental notes the whole time. Yeah. I was laughing though. Every single segment you started right now, you started with, if you have questions, we have answers. And you didn't say that to me right now. And maybe kind of wonder,
if you got questions about where the best comedy
have
is.
you been looking at my history? Like, am I supposed to have questions right now?
You got answers. You got funny answers.
No, I
probably
recently,
the right answers.
I would hope
answers.
so. I recently just sat into I was involved in a trial case actually for my first time ever, and it was very interesting.
You were a criminal defendant?
No, I wish I was on the being paid side. That would have been awesome. I would have felt a lot less stressed in that room. No, but it was a case that I was actually involved in the case, and I sat down there as the defendant for I mean, there was 12 days of my life I spent inside this courtroom, which, side note, as a person with ADHD, was the most intriguing thing I've ever sat through for 8 hours a day.
They were probably trying to get you out of there. No, they were happy that you were there. You made it a little bit less boring. I couldn't imagine sitting through that for 12 hours, 12 days.
Yeah, my attorney was having a really hard time focusing because I kept writing notes to her, like making fun of people that were getting up on the stand. You know? Especially the DA, which I'm not going to mention names right now, but it was a lot of fun.
So you have your own comedy show in the courtroom.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of.
And when I came
it was
to find
free.
out,
People didn't even have to pay or sign up ahead of time or
no,
get tickets.
people were actually taking a pay cut from their job to watch my comedy show inside. The jury had to be there and listen to me. It was a great.
You had a captive audience.
It was really interesting, though. You know, the first thing that happened the first day I walked up, I remember I saw a bus pass on the ground as I was walking into the courtroom, and for some reason, instead of thinking about the case, my mind was like, man, I hate it when I lose my keys too. You know, that was the first thought I had when I saw somebody's bus pass on the ground. I'm like, poor guy. You know?
Oh, he didn't get to take the bus. I have always wanted to ask you, how did you get into comedy?
Comedy for me started as more of a. Honestly, it was just a bunch of buddies hanging out all the time.
You don't know the answer to this question.
No, we literally had a whiteboard at my house for about 3 different houses I lived at through college and a little bit beyond. And every time people would come over and we were having fun, drinking, whatever, they would write stupid little phrases on the board. And my roommate and I would write them down on notepads. I literally have about a full notepad that friends and I have just filled out over the years. And then my roommate and I made a decision to go try it on stage one time.
Oh, you got like a notebook that you write down?
Oh, now, 6 years later, I have about 4 notebooks full. Yeah. But at the time, it was just a bunch of friends that wrote their funny things down, and we thought they were funny, so we put them into a notebook. And then I went and put it on stage one time and made a complete fool of myself and fell in love with it all in the same 3 minutes.
There you go. I thought you were going to say something like your sisters were making fun of you and you wrote down what they said, or you wrote down the insults that you give to your sisters. Or you came from a small family, right?
Oh my gosh. I mean, if that's a Hispanic thing, you know, it was 8 sisters in my house. Like literally on the way over here, I was drinking a Sobe and I flip over the cap and the Sobe fact says, "You're awesome." And the 8 sisters in the back of my head was immediately thinking, I know, right? Like I have to think about these things first. Being raised by 8 girls, I have these thoughts that come to my mind, you know? But it was wild, you know, the arguing part of it. That's what, when I was saying sitting inside the courtroom was so intriguing. I felt like I argued so much in my childhood that I would be really good at being a lawyer.
Yeah,
you know?
It's not too late. You get scholarship at Scott San Joaquin or something like that. Before I forget, I've been to some of your comedy shows at the Press Box, and they've been really good. But I hear for the people out in Clovis, there's one coming up nearby.
Yeah. And side note, for those of you that weren't aware, Press Box just received #1 restaurant for a sports bar in Fresno. On the it was the Fresno
Both of
Restaurant
them?
Association.
One or the other? Or?
I think as the title as a whole, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's the same menu at both places. But
I don't even know where it is.
yeah, it's on Herndon and Fowler. It's on the northwest corner of Herndon and Fowler, and we do our shows there every third Thursday.
So a week from yesterday
that'd be the
there's gonna
17th.
be another show. Okay.
Yeah, and we got super lucky, a last minute fill-in for, you know, with the type of comics I work with, a lot of them are next up and comers. So there's occasionally a time where one has to bail out for some kind of TV gig last minute. And
that's
just
the problem when you get good people coming to your
exactly,
show.
Exactly. But we got super lucky. A super credited and talented name, Brian Scalaro. I mean, multiple movies, multiple TV credits, specials on HBO, Showtime. I mean, the guy is an absolute monster on the mic, and he just happened to have the night open. He's a good friend of mine. Said, I'll take care of it for you, Aaron. We'll be there. So next
just
week.
One show?
It'll be 2 shows.
2 shows.
8 o'clock and 10 o'clock at the Press Box on Herndon and Fowler. It's Press Box 2.
A number to call to get a ticket, or am I going to get a ticket if I show up just the day of, or am I going to?
You can get a ticket at the door. They're going to be $20 at the door.
Okay.
But you can get a hold of me either through my Facebook, which Aaron Stewart Comedian. I'm the only one on there, or you can get a hold of me at 559-760-1798. That's a promotional number. We got 2-for-1 tickets all the way up until Monday.
All right. And are you going to tell some jokes like you sometimes do?
Yeah,
there?
I'm hoping I'm going to be funny. I'm kind of trying to make a career out of this, you know? But yeah, I'll be there warming you guys up.
How do comedians make money if they're promoting somebody else?
Tip jars primarily.
Oh,
I'll put them out
okay.
there. Every once in a while we get somebody, you were funny, and they hand you a little something after the show. It kind of keeps yourself going.
There you go. There you go. Now, do you have any other shows coming down the pipe or anything else that you want to tell people about? What did you say, third Thursday at
We'll go
Press
really
box or
simple right
someplace?
here. It's first and third Thursdays.
Okay.
The first Thursday is at the press box in the Fig Garden Loop. That's the original press box.
Okay.
And the third Thursday is at the new press box on Herndon Fowler.
And if somebody forgets, they can look up Aaron Stewart, comedian, on Facebook,
Yes.
and they'll find their way to a good comedy show.
Shoot me a message. I'll take care of you. Let's have a good time. Laughter keeps the heart healthy. It's a therapy. Cheapest therapy you'll find.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on. This was a lot of fun.
I had a blast with it.
I was looking forward the whole show to having you come on here at the end. This is Chris White at Lawtalk, where if you have legal questions, we have legal answers. I would say we'll be right back. We'll be right back next Friday at 3. And I think we're going to have, I don't know who. Well, we're going to have some people from Stop the Violence, and we may have, we'll probably have 2 or 3 other lawyers. We're waiting on the commitments. You know, actually, sometimes you ask people to come on here, and even lawyers are afraid to come up on TV sometimes. See you next Friday.
Hi, I'm Mike Briggs from Mike Briggs Properties. We're in some very uncertain economic times. Many people have lost their homes. Many people face losing their homes now. Know your rights, know your options. Come talk to the experts right here at Mike Briggs Properties. By the way, we'll talk to you for free. We do not charge any fees at Mike Briggs Properties. Call us at 486-6758. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
Lunch phone, what is your location, please?
I'm in Fresno's Tower District.
What is your budget, please?
I only have $7.
Well, that leaves you only one choice. Go directly to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. He is having a lunch special for $6.89.
Well, that won't leave me enough money to get a drink.
No worries. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District will get you lunch and a drink for just $6.89.
Wow. I'm going straight to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District to get the lunch special and drink for just $6.89.
Thank you for calling Lunch Phone. This has been a recording.
What?
CentralValleyTalk.com